Hey everybody, today we're going to show you how to find 40 current here in Red Dead Redemption 2 for any of you trying to complete the herbalist challenges, so let's jump into it. Our first location is going to be found on the far eastern side of New Hanover, just west of Van Horn. As we zoom all the way in, you'll be able to see the exact location, so we'll give you a second to see that here on your map. Once you make your way over here, there's going to be 3 plants all really close to each other and easy to spot. Your first one's going to be here, and the other 2 will be right over here to the left, both right next to each other. But once you grab these, this will be your first 3. Our next location is going to be really close to our last one, just west of Van Horn. This one's going to be found just a little bit further north up here on this plot of land. You can see our exact marker. Once you get up here, again, pretty easy to spot, not too much grass in the way. There's only going to be 2 plants at this location, so you can go ahead and pick both of these, and these will be at numbers 4 and 5. Location number 3 is again on the eastern side of New Hanover. This one's going to be found a little bit further southwest from our last 2 locations. As we zoom in here, you'll see we're pretty close to the river. There's going to be 4 that are here. You'll see our first 2 are going to be right here in front of us. Pretty easy to spot. And then if you work your way over straight forward behind these 2, you'll see this little cluster of trees. We're going to run right over here to these trees, and you're going to find another 2 plants right over here by the dead tree. So right here, you'll be able to find your next 2. So in total, you will find your next 4 plants at this location. Location number 4 is going to be found just south of the letter E that you see in New Hanover here. And as we zoom all the way in, you'll see it'll be pretty much right in the middle. And once you make your way over here, we're going to have 3 plants at this location. Just find the dead trees over here. And as you approach those dead trees, you'll find 3 plants all here in a small triangle. You can pick these 3, and this will be at numbers 10 through 12. Location number 5 is also going to be south of the E in New Hanover. This one's just going to be a little bit further north of our last location you can see here on the map. There's only going to be 2 plants in this location. You can see this is what it's going to look like. Your first one will be right here in the open, and then your second one's going to be over here closer to the rock. So you can go ahead and pick these up, and these will be at numbers 13 and 14. Location number 6 is going to be found directly on the letter E that you see in Hanover here on your map. If you zoom in all the way, you'll see we're pretty much right in the middle of that E. There's again only going to be 2 plants here, but pretty easy to spot as they're going to be right next to each other. So you can go ahead and pick both of these, and these will be at numbers 15 and 16. Location number 7 is going to be found just right, or just to the right of the E in Hanover and south of the Elysian Pool. As we zoom in on your map, you can see this one's pretty easy to find as well because it's going to be right in the middle of all these broken fences. So in the middle of the broken fences, you're going to have 3 more plants on a small triangle. You can pick all 3 of these, and these will be number 17 through 19. Location number 8 is also going to be just south of the Elysian Pool and east of the E in Hanover. This one's just going to be a little bit further south from our last location. Once you make your way over here, there's only going to be 2 plants. They're a little tricky to spot as they're going to be right here next to this bush. So they blend in pretty well, but if you can find this bush, you'll be able to find your next 2, and these will be at numbers 20 and 21. Location number 9 is going to be found just to the southeast of the Elysian Pool. So this one's a little bit closer to the letter R, just on the western side of where the river runs south. You can see that location here. There's going to be 3 plants at this location. Your first 2 will be right here beside each other, and the third one's going to be over here next to this really small looking tree. So you can grab these 3, and this will be numbers 22 through 24. Location number 10 is going to be found just northeast of the letter R in Hanover. Again, we'll zoom in nice and slow so you can see the exact location. But once you make your way up here, there's again going to be 3 plants, all pretty easy to spot. You'll have 2 that are right here next to each other, and then the third one is just a couple feet away. But you can pick these 3, and these will be at numbers 25 through 27. Location number 11 is going to be found a little bit further north. This one is going to be just south of Ansburg along the main path. You can see here, we're going to be literally just off the main path. There'll be some dead trees as well as some rocks up here, and right over here on the hill, you'll be able to find your next 3 all here in a triangle. So you can pick these 3, and these will be at numbers 28 through 30. Location number 12 is going to be directly north of the letter S that you see in Ansburg here. We'll zoom in again to show you the exact location. When you get over here, there's going to be a couple rocks and a really small tree. There's going to be 3 plants. So the first 2 are easy to see right here in the middle. The third one's going to be hidden in this bush over here. So you might not see this one if you're just running by, but you can grab this one, and then the other 2 will be in the open, and these will be at numbers 31 through 33. Location number 13 is pretty much in the exact same spot as our last location, just north of the S in Ansberg. This one's just a little bit further north. You'll see there's going to be a circle of rocks over here that are pretty much connected to the rocks where we got our last couple plants. And in the middle of that circle of rocks is going to be another 3 plants that are all here in a triangle. So you can pick all 3 of these, and these will be at numbers 34 through 36. Location number 14 is again going to pretty much be in the exact same spot north of the S in Ansberg. This one again is just going to be a little bit further north than our last 2 locations. Again, there'll be a bunch of rocks up here. You'll see over here next to this giant rock is going to be another 3 plants, all again right next to each other. So you can grab all 3 of these, and this will put you at 37 through 39. Our 15th and final location is again going to be north of Ansberg. This one is a little bit further north than our last couple of locations up on this hillside here. And a good landmark to use when you get up here is the giant tree that's fallen down. You can see it right here beside us. And right at the end of that fallen tree is going to be your next 2 plants. So you can pick both of these, and these are going to be numbers 40 and 41. But this is where to find 40 currant here in Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully this video helps some of you guys out. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.